position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Up the middle, here's Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 110 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Smith. They'll roll him out right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. To the air again, Smith. This is the tight end, Fant. And they'll work this down inside the 30. From the 29, Smith. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 135 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Mahomes. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a toss here, short side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And that's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Second and 4. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. One last throw here for Smith. Forced out to his left. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake